Yo, we back with another video. Today basically is on how YouTube is cooking creators. They gave me a strike on my channel recently. So I'm very unmotivated. I'm very feeling like I'm doing all this work for nothing to be able to lose it in a second. So I'm at this point of content. And I've went through these emotions before, but every time it happens it hits different.
I'm very proud of that fact, but unfortunately today I do have to cover this semi-serious topic. YouTube is genuinely fucking over their creators with this latest update to their YouTube monetization program, and I think it's going to most specifically affect people who are middle-class content creators or part-time content creators such as myself. So, I mean, this is a big deal and personal to me. This makes up like a fourth of my income, so losing it, that's like a big chunk of my life. So basically, YouTube has announced in this blog post that they're updating their monetization policy to make it exactly twice as hard for creators to become monetized.
Nice.
All of the requirements they have to get into the monetization program have been doubled. They've also disconnected monetization for your channel between long form and short form content. Previously, if your channel was monetized, you would make money on both your long form videos and on your shorts, which kind of makes sense. But now that's no longer going to be the case, and you can make money on your long form, but it's way, way harder to get paid for your shorts. So there's quite a bit to cover here.
Oh yeah, so Lord Heck knew it was coming. That's why he started selling that course about the shorts glitch. I knew the shorts glitch wasn't gonna last, but whew, I thought we was gonna have at least a year. Bro, I always find a glitch when it's too late. I swear to you, man. You know, I had a short that paid me 1,300 in February, bro, and I didn't even realize it at the time. That shit was like, I'm so sick right now, bro.
And I promise that I'm going to go through all of it, but suffice to say that being a creator on YouTube after this change is going to be much, much harder. And again, most specifically for creators like myself who just barely make enough for it to be worth doing. And the first thing they're changing, which they announced in this blog post, is that they are changing YouTube Shorts monetization. Now, before, if you wanted to get monetized off of purely your shorts, you needed to get 10 million views on shorts in the past 90 days. And that was a tall enough order as is. But once you hit that threshold, then you were free and clear. Your whole channel was monetized, and even if you only got one short view for the rest of time, you still got paid for that one view. But now they're changing all of that. We're updating how we distribute shorts revenue to reward creators who drive conversation and engagement on YouTube. Creators who already earn significant revenue from shorts are unlikely to be impacted by these changes. Again, the people who are up at the top are going to be just fine, the rich get richer, but the people who are where I am are going to be absolutely screwed over on this. Beginning February 1st, 2027, creators who have 10 million qualified shorts views over the last 90 days will be eligible for ads and subscription revenue sharing on shorts. Channels below this threshold will remain in the YPP and continue earning on long-form content, with shorts revenue sharing automatically resuming once they cross 10 million views again. So instead of it just being a one-time thing where you get 10 million views and then you're free and clear, you can monetize all your content after that. Now you have to have 10 million views in any given 90-day period.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't got a problem with that. Because, don't get me wrong, 90 days is 3 months. If you're getting paid under 5 million a month, I mean, if you're making under 5 million views on your shorts, there's no point of doing shorts. Like, okay, let's just say this. If you're getting under, it's 20 million, it's gonna be 10 million views to keep it going. So if you're getting under 3.5 million views a month on your shorts, you're not making no money. You ain't making no real money off them anyway. You want to be making 10 million views a month. Well, I mean, 10 million views over 3 months, because that's like 4 to 5 million. If you average just 4 to 5 million a month, you're fine. But you want your shorts to be performing well anyway. So I don't want to get paid unless it's the big dog anyway. But I'll be damned if like you're gonna be mad if your video 400K and you ain't getting paid. But like, I just posted a YouTube short yesterday, got 300K after the whole month was slow. That's why getting this strike is like, what the, because it should just starting to move. But I'm not gonna stop or change my content up and none of that, bro. If they take my page, I need y'all to sub to my, well, y'all don't give a fuck about me, bro. I'm not even gonna talk to y'all. Y'all, like, I realize, like, niggas that fuck with me, y'all gonna fuck with me, but like, it's no point of pleading to y'all. Hey, bro, fuck with me, subscribe to my new page, because y'all would have already subbed to my new page. Y'all wouldn't have waited now. Whoever on my new page, you already there.
In order to be paid out. So you basically have to be getting like 3.3 million views per month.
Niggas want to see you fail. They like, oh, he ain't gonna glitch no more. Niggas want to see you fail. But this shit ain't gonna stop shit. I want y'all to know that.
Forever, otherwise you don't get paid. So if you're a YouTuber and you make part or full-time income on this, but you only get 3.2 million views per month over the course of 3 months, well, then you just don't get paid. And I think the part of this that really pisses me off is that YouTube is still making the money on the shorts. They're just not sharing it with you anymore. We're broadening revenue opportunities for creators to reward growth, engagement, and more by introducing new incentives programs rather than relying solely on ad revenue. Okay, well, ad revenue is what all small channels rely on because we're not big enough to get brand deals. Like, straight up, this just sucks. I make shorts on this channel to supplement the long form videos. I don't make much on them. It's like 20 to 25 cents per 1,000 views, but it's like enough to where it's worth my time. And now it's not worth my time because obviously I'm not going to get 10 million views doing slop shorts. And it's not even like YouTube's revenue is going down because you're no longer eligible for their monetization program. The money that they used to split with you, they're just now keeping all of it. So YouTube's revenue goes up. You can probably see why they're so keen on doing this. Here's a channel that I also watch, Atozi. They cover generally slop topics, and you can see they have gotten 2 million shorts views in the past 28 days. Under this new program, starting in February, they just don't get paid for this. This is 2 million views that they should get paid for, and currently under the current program they do, but come the changes, they just won't. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, 2 million views at the 25 cent, he's losing out on what, $500 a month? Which one, $500 a month is actually kind of a lot. And two, you don't get to decide how much money is important. If you're, say, making $25.
$500 when you get it, it'd be like, okay, it's 500. But 500 when you expecting it to come and it don't come, you feel it. Even though I spend almost 500 a week, it's still like, that's still $500, bro. I got a bill that's 500 a week, but it's still $500, bro.
An hour, and then I take it down to $24 an hour, and I'm like, whoa, it's just $1 an hour. It's not that bad. It's like, what do you mean? That was my $1 an hour. You can't just take that away. And I hope you see this as insane as I do, but it actually gets worse than that. YouTube Partner Program adds in premium thresholds to keep pace with the growth of YouTube, which absolutely has nothing to do with anything, which now sees 200 billion daily shorts views and another billion hours of watch time every day on TV. We're updating the YPP, which is the YouTube Partnership Program, the program you have to be accepted into, like the TikTok Creator Fund, in order to get paid on YouTube. The YPP entry requirements for ads and premium revenue sharing for new content creators. This update doesn't impact creators already in the YPP. Yeah, great. Just everyone that ever wants to become a YouTuber in the future. New creators applying for YPP will need 8,000 qualified watch hours in the last 365 days, or 20 million shorts views in the last 90 days. That is absolutely insane. And for context, they don't say it here because of course they don't want to put it front and center. Before it was 4,000 qualified watch hours. Now it is 8,000. They have made it exactly twice as hard to do. And previously, it was 10 million qualified shorts views in 90 days, and now it is 20 million shorts views in 90 days. I mean, this is truly insane. In order to
Bro, that's impossible. You're not getting 20 million shorts views in a month in 90 days unless you're fucking speed, bro. Even if you clip Kai Cenat, you're gonna have to clip Kai Cenat in speed. And at that point, your clip still, you might only get one clip that get 2 million. You ain't gonna get back to back to back to back. Bro, I don't even get videos that hit millions no more on my shorts. I haven't had a million views short in like 2 months. Telling y'all, bro, Laura Heck destroyed YouTube. Ever since Laura Heck made that video, bro, YouTube has been terrible, bro. I can make 50,000 in 2 days, bro. Like, oh God, bro.
Get that 4,000 watch hours, most channels that are working on it hard take between 6 and 12 months. Now what you're doing is you're making it exactly twice as hard, and now people are going to take between 1 and 2 years to even start making money. And this comes with a caveat that the entire time this is happening, YouTube is making 100% of the revenue. It used to be that if a channel wasn't in the YPP, no ads ran on it. YouTube wasn't sure what kind of content there were, they had no chance to review it, there were too many videos in order to be able to check all of them. But then, in around 2021, YouTube released this. YouTube will start inserting ads ads into non-monetized content, update rules around facial recognition, which isn't really relevant, but basically they said this: starting today, we'll begin slowly rolling out ads on a limited number of videos from channels that are not in the YPP. This means that as a creator that's not in the YPP, you may see ads on some of your videos, but you won't get a share of the revenue from that. And now that they've made it twice as hard, there's going to be probably more than twice as many channels that aren't going to be able to be monetized because they don't have an absurdly high 8,000 hours of watch time. And so YouTube's just going to be making 100% of all the money. And I know I glossed over it a little bit. I'm primarily a long form creator, so this 8,000 is that what I look at and think, holy shit, that's absurd. But for shorts creators, which I think is probably more popular, 20 million views? 20 million views in 90 days? That's an insane amount of views to require. Most creators are not going to be able, I mean, most creators couldn't hit the 10 million views, but most creators are not going to be able to hit 20 million views in the last 90 days and then be able to maintain 10 million views per 90 days from now into infinity. It's just not realistic, which I think YouTube knows, because that's why they're doing this, is so that fewer people can be in the program so that they can make more money on the monetized videos of people that are not in the program. It's 100% for them, 0% for you. Now, I think YouTube anticipated pretty significant backlash, so they did this kind of podcast-esque episode where I'm pretty sure everything is scripted, where they addressed why they are doing this.
So let's dive into that a little bit. Why was it necessary to change the thresholds for watch time hours and shorts views?
YPP stands apart in the entire creator ecosystem, and I think it's because
How much? You don't need it, bro. Look at this dude. You know he got 30 M's, bro. You don't need it. Y'all just make shit harder for people that's trying to come up. Really? YouTube program is doing their partnership, and we're doing this with YouTube. All to just, that's like them, your boss calling you, hey, we're making cuts. Like, they just emailed me today, hey, you got a copyright strike. One more strike and we'll terminate your whole channel. We know you post every day relentlessly and put your energy into the content and the app, and you help make us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But if you post one more video and it gets a copyright strike claim from another user on the platform, which is another YouTube user, we're gonna fucking terminate your channel, you piece of shit. And we don't care about none of your work. And we're not gonna compensate you for nothing. Just like how corporations do. It's like, it irked my soul, man, realizing how hard it is to get out this rat race. I see why people try to go corrupt and sell their soul, but that doesn't work either. You know, you could be out here trying to sell your soul and get corrupt and do all this BS and still get played. That's why it's like with life, you just gotta go to nature sometimes and detach from all this stuff. Cause look at him, man. I know he ain't start talking yet, but look at this dude. Look at this dude, man. You're petty, bro.
because of one central element, which is we succeed as a company when creators succeed. And that's been part of the ethos of the program since the first year, 20 years ago, till today. And all these changes we've announced just reflect the reality of an ecosystem that has grown so much. And when you think about it, the kinds of content, the way you consume that content, the formats have all changed exponentially over the last several years. And so we want to make sure that the earnings you get from the program are meaningful and allow you to reinvest in your channel. And all of these changes, when you step back, we still expect to pay more out next year to creators than we will this year.
Now, I don't know about you, but that didn't answer the question at all for me. He spoke exactly like a politician who was avoiding the fact that this was so obviously done for money. The reality of the situation is, if you make it harder for creators who are putting content out on YouTube that people watch to get into the YPP, then there are going to be fewer creators in the YPP, and so YouTube makes more money. It's that simple. It's just greed. So their incentive is so obviously to make it hard for people to get into the YPP, or, as we'll look at here in a second, to kick people out of the YPP, because as soon as you're not in the program, either because you were removed or never allowed in the first place, YouTube gets 100% rev share. And when people ask about shorts specifically, again, I think that's a bigger medium that's more accessible for most people, their answer here gets even worse.
Another big change is that now there is a minimum threshold to maintain revenue share for shorts. You have to get 10 million views every 90 days. Why make that change, and why 10 million?
It goes back to one of the central principles around these adjustments is we want to make sure that the earnings you get from YPP are meaningful, that allow allow you to invest and build your business. And we had a case where if you had only a few thousand views, you might have.
He just said the same thing twice, bro. No way. No way.
Have a few cents for that month. And instead, we'd like to design the program in a way where it rewards creators who are leaned in, who are driving views and engagement.
That doesn't mean anything.
Bro,
they're literally saying, oh, we don't want...
He said the same thing 3 times, bro. Why did you make the shorts go up from 10 million to 20 million? Oh, because, you know, the YouTube creators, we just want to create a platform where our creators feel like they're earning. What I tell y'all on Unk Podcast, that's exactly what they tell you before they whoop you every time. That's why rappers always trying to sign another rapper. Because you don't eat until you got ownership. We in a jungle, the mighty jungle. Stuff like this make me think like, yeah, time to get your trade and go be a plumber. Like what Aiden Ross said. Yeah, you're gonna have to be a plumber now. Ha ha. While I stream. Like every time I think it's a possible reality to eat off content, I get woke up. But I ain't gonna stop though, because I'm delusional as fuck.
to pay you unless it's a meaningful amount of money. But who are you to decide what a meaningful amount of money is? If I get 18 million views based on my 20 to 25 cents, what is that, like $4,500? That's a meaningful amount of money to me. That's more than I make in a month. Also, the meaningful amount of money requirement already exists. When you make money, you get paid out through AdSense. And there's already a minimum amount. YouTube earnings through Google AdSense, the minimum amount is $100. If you make less than $100, you don't get that payout anyway. So if you have made $90 over the course of your YouTube career, you never see it until you hit the $100 mark. And if you never hit the $100 mark, you never get that money. So this weird, arbitrary, meaningful amount bullshit that he's spewing already exists. I cannot be persuaded otherwise. This is literally only happening because YouTube wants more of creators' money. And I think this is a whole Google-wide push to try and increase their revenue because of how much AI is gobbling up. I don't want to get into the technicalities of it, but I work in marketing, and starting next week, Google is basically going to be changing their bidding algorithm for advertisers so that advertisers are charged more money. You can look
a lot of advertisers too, like I told y'all, they reaching out to I'm fried, man. My energy's drained. YouTube drained my energy. YouTube, the entity, has drained my energy, bro. Like, cause I got a strike this morning and I'm learning about all this stuff. And it's like people are already thrown off learning about this information. But the fact that it's a possibility, I don't want to start over, bro. I really don't, but I'm not going to. We ain't even gonna speak that into existence. This channel is going to live forever. So if y'all support me, man, just hit the like. Sub to my other YouTube channels if y'all. But at the end of the day, you gonna see me, man. I'm gonna glitch this shit regardless. So you gonna see me.